Welcome to Bills Nation Daily, your ultimate daily dose of everything Buffalo Bills. Hit that subscribe button and join the most passionate Bills fans as we break down all the latest news, highlights, and game analysis. Go Bills! The NFL world is buzzing with one of the most explosive rumors in recent memory, and it revolves around none other than CeeDee Lamb. Imagine the headlines. The Buffalo Bills land the biggest free agent in history. Fans across the country are already imagining the possibilities, the adrenaline palpable as the speculation grows. Rumors are swirling that Lamb, known for his jaw-dropping speed, agility, and uncanny ability to read defenses, has finally made the move that could redefine the franchise. Sources close to the situation hint at behind-the-scenes negotiations that were nothing short of cinematic, with multiple teams vying for the superstar receiver signature. Yet the Bills somehow managed to outmaneuver everyone else. Social media is ablaze with debate, hot takes, and memes predicting a new era of dominance in Buffalo, as analysts dissect every possible scenario, wondering how the team will integrate Lamb into their offensive scheme. The buzz is uncontainable, and the narrative is building rapidly. Buffalo fans are already imagining the stadium erupting with chants as Lamb sprints down the field, catching passes that seem almost impossible to secure. The excitement is so intense that ticket sales for the upcoming season are reportedly skyrocketing, fueled by anticipation that the team is on the brink of something historic. Insider whispers suggest that the chemistry between Lamb and Josh Allen could be the secret ingredient to finally overcoming the playoff hurdles that have haunted the franchise for years. Every highlight reel of Lamb is being dissected frame by frame, with commentators speculating how his route-running mastery and deep threat ability will force defenses into a constant state of panic. Rival teams are reportedly scrambling, trying to recalibrate their game plans in response to this potential seismic shift in Buffalo's offensive capabilities. Meanwhile, fan forums are flooded with debates, theories, and what-if scenarios, each post more hyped than the last. The atmosphere around the franchise is electric, with expectations now towering higher than ever before. The buzz surrounding Lamb's potential signing has not only energized the Bills fan base, but has also sent shockwaves across the entire NFL landscape. Rival franchises are reportedly holding emergency strategy sessions, assessing how to counter a team that could now feature one of the league's most dynamic offensive threats. Rumors suggest that the front office spared no expense, crafting a contract that blends lucrative financial incentives with performance-based milestones designed to maximize Lamb's motivation and the team's competitive edge. Analysts are speculating that this move, if confirmed, could redefine the valuation of elite wide receivers across the league, raising the stakes for every upcoming negotiation. Meanwhile, social media influencers and sports podcasters are generating explosive content, dissecting Lamb's past performances, speculating on his impact in Buffalo, and fueling a frenzy of fan engagement that shows no signs of slowing down. The narrative is growing, and the anticipation is reaching a fever pitch that could alter the perception of the franchise on a national scale. There's also talk of how Lamb's presence might transform Buffalo's locker room culture. Rumors suggest that his work ethic, combined with a magnetic personality, could elevate the team's mindset, encouraging younger players to push themselves to new heights. Some insiders speculate that Lamb's leadership qualities, often overlooked in mainstream reporting, could be the missing element that finally cements Buffalo as a perennial contender. Conversations among sport commentators are hinting that the Bills' offense may evolve into one of the most feared in the league, with Lamb providing a game-changing dimension that defenses cannot ignore. Even casual fans are catching wind of the story, sharing speculative graphics, mock highlight reels, and animated breakdowns of potential plays, fueling the buzz further. The intrigue is layered. From contract specifics to game day strategies, everything is being dissected. As the rumor mill churns, the possibility that Lamb might actually suit up in Buffalo this season is starting to feel less like speculation and more like an inevitability that could reshape the narrative of the NFL. Speculators are also pointing out the historical implications of such a move. The conversation isn't just about talent, it's about legacy. Rumors indicate that Lamb's addition could place Buffalo among the elite franchises in league history, sparking comparisons to dynasties and legendary seasons. Every analyst and fan seems to agree that if this signing goes through, it will be a turning point for the Bills, perhaps even rivaling some of the most iconic free agent acquisitions ever seen in the NFL. The chatter online has evolved into a full-blown cultural moment, with memes, videos, and fan art flooding social media platforms. The speculation is no longer limited to sports circles. Mainstream media is picking up the story, amplifying the buzz to unprecedented levels. Every rumor, every whisper, every leaked tidbit adds fuel to the fire, building a narrative that could define Buffalo's trajectory for years to come. Amid all the chaos and excitement, one thing is clear. CeeDee Lamb's name has become synonymous with hope, ambition, and the promise of greatness in Buffalo. Rumors hint that the team's strategy meetings have transformed overnight, with coaches brainstorming ways to maximize Lamb's unique skill set. Analysts are dissecting film clips, comparing Lamb's stats to the league's elite, and projecting what a full season with him could mean for playoff contention. Fans are already dreaming of touchdown celebrations, record-breaking plays, and electric moments in the stadium that would become legendary. The narrative is rich with possibility, uncertainty, and anticipation. Each whisper adds a new layer to the story, making it impossible to ignore. With every passing day, the likelihood that this rumor is more than just speculation feels stronger, suggesting that the Buffalo Bills could be on the verge of something truly historic. The speculation about CeeDee Lamb's potential impact in Buffalo has taken on a life of its own, spreading like wildfire across every corner of the sports world. Analysts, former players, and fans are diving into deep discussions about how Lamb's arrival could change the very identity of the Bills' offense, turning them into a unit that defenses may fear more than ever before. Rumors circulating suggest that Lamb has already begun informal conversations with teammates, sharing glimpses of his vision for the field and subtly influencing the team culture even before any official signing is announced. Social media chatter is relentless, with fan accounts producing mock highlight reels, animated sequences, and speculative plays showing Lamb catching impossible passes from Josh Allen, sparking debates about how defenses might adapt. The narrative is evolving rapidly, with each rumor adding layers of excitement, anticipation, and uncertainty, creating an almost cinematic atmosphere around the franchise. Fans are hanging on every snippet of information, as if the future of Buffalo depends on it. Insiders hint that the contract negotiations with Lamb have been intense, involving multiple rounds of discussion, creative structuring, and unprecedented incentives that reflect his superstar status. Rumors suggest that the Bills are pushing the boundaries of what a receiver's deal can look like, blending base salary, performance bonuses, and long-term guarantees in ways that are already sparking discussion across the league. Analysts are speculating that this signing could redefine market value for elite wide receivers, forcing other teams to reconsider their strategies in free agency and salary cap management. Even casual fans are drawn into the conversation, debating whether the investment is worth it and envisioning the scoreboard lighting up with Lamb's name week after week. Every twist in the rumor amplifies the hype, creating a feedback loop of speculation and excitement. The sense that something monumental is about to happen in Buffalo is almost tangible, with the entire NFL landscape paying close attention to every development. Rumors also suggest that Lamb's integration into the Bills' playbook could unlock offensive schemes never before seen in the league. Analysts are dissecting every aspect of his game, from precise route running to explosive yards after catch potential, imagining how Josh Allen can capitalize on this dynamic addition. Social media is flooded with fan-made diagrams, predicted formations, and speculative touchdown sequences, each post adding to the collective excitement. Sources hint that coaches are adjusting practice plans, considering entirely new strategies to leverage Lamb's unique skill set while maintaining balance across the roster. The narrative isn't limited to stats or highlights. It encompasses culture, leadership, and the psychological edge of having a player of Lamb's caliber. Fans are buzzing with anticipation, imagining what a full season could look like and how this signing could finally break through the playoff barriers that have eluded Buffalo for years. The rumor, whether fully accurate or not, has already transformed the perception of the franchise. There's chatter that rival teams are panicking behind the scenes, trying to devise countermeasures to a Bills offense potentially enhanced by Lamb's speed, agility, and precision catching. Speculation suggests that defensive coordinators are scrambling, revisiting past game tapes, and exploring novel formations to contain a player who could single-handedly shift momentum in crucial matchups. Analysts predict that the ripple effect of this potential signing could extend beyond Buffalo, influencing draft strategies, trades, and free agent acquisitions league-wide. Social media platforms are erupting with fan debates, memes, and hot takes, each amplifying the excitement while questioning the long-term implications of Lamb joining the Bills. The rumor mill is relentless, feeding a frenzy that feels larger than any ordinary signing. Every hint, every leak, and every analytical projection fuels the narrative further, making the possibility of Lamb in Buffalo seem less speculative and more inevitable, as anticipation reaches levels rarely seen in the NFL. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. Another layer of speculation revolves around Lamb's off-field influence and how it might reshape team dynamics. Rumors suggest that his leadership qualities, professionalism, and relentless work ethic could inspire teammates, setting a new standard within the locker room. Analysts point out that a player of his caliber often elevates everyone around him, not just through skill, but through example, transforming a talented roster into a cohesive, championship-caliber unit. Social media is awash with discussions of potential team chemistry, projecting how Lamb's presence might mentor younger players and motivate veterans to raise their performance. The intrigue extends beyond the game itself, encompassing marketing, fan engagement, and the overall image of the franchise. Buffalo is suddenly portrayed as a destination, a team on the cusp of redefining its identity. Every rumor adds nuance to the narrative, painting Lamb's potential arrival not merely as a transaction, but as a cultural milestone for the organization. The excitement around CeeDEE Lamb is not confined to speculation about plays or contracts. It extends into historical significance. Rumors suggest that this could be the defining move in the franchise's history, potentially altering Buffalo's trajectory for a decade. Fans and analysts alike are debating whether Lamb could become the player who finally carries the Bills past recurring playoff hurdles, cementing his legacy alongside the team's all-time greats. Every detail, from practice sessions to game day integration, is being scrutinized as if the anticipation alone could manifest into reality. The narrative has grown into a multi-layered story of talent, timing, and transformative potential, blending hope, excitement, and calculated speculation. Social media, fan forums, and sports networks are all amplifying the buzz, creating an environment where every rumor feels consequential. In this charged atmosphere, the story of Lamb joining the Bills is no longer just a possibility. It is a phenomenon, shaping the collective imagination of football fans everywhere. Finally, the overarching sentiment is one of uncontainable excitement and suspense. Rumors suggest that every passing day brings new developments, small glimpses, or insider hints that fuel speculation and elevate anticipation to unprecedented heights. Analysts, commentators, and fans alike are caught in a continuous loop of discussion, replays, and projections, dissecting Lamb's potential impact with obsessive precision. The cultural energy surrounding Buffalo is palpable, with anticipation reaching beyond the stadium, spilling into social media, merchandise, and conversations nationwide. Every scenario, whether it's a record-breaking season, a playoff breakthrough, or a redefined franchise identity, is being debated passionately. Even the faintest whisper about Lamb's official signing is enough to send fans and pundits into overdrive. The rumor has evolved into a living narrative, one that could redefine Buffalo's story, electrify the NFL, and establish CeeDee Lamb as not just a player, but a transformative figure in football history. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.